Today's reading is from What Jesus Meant, The Beatitudes and a Meaningful Life by Eric Colbell. He writes, Jesus' message was, if you want to live a blessed life, take the world as you know it and turn it on its head. This is to say, imagine it free of tyranny, poverty, loneliness, and greed that now hold it in thrall. Imagine it loosed of the unholy trinity of ignorance, arrogance, and indifference that conspire to suffocate all remnants of hope. Imagine such a world, he told them, and then, having imagined it, live in accordance with it. Live it into being. Live as though the world is turned upside down, because when you do, you will see the kingdom, if not come, then at least coming.
Oh, why? 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 Do you ever ask God that, whatever your view of God is? Energy, source, spirit, Tao, Elohim, Allah, love. Why? Why do you do this to me? Why do you keep doing this to me? I don't know why I keep becoming thrust in front of you. I honestly don't. I have no idea why. You might be wondering the same thing. Every time I come, you're here. I came to see Bill. You're not Bill. I saw it on your faces when we shook hands. It was oh, Andy. With the mic. Hi. Exactly. Where's Bill? Aw, is he okay? I thought he was going to be here today, but he's not. As my very esteemed friend and colleague and master, Dusty, puts it, this is a divine appointment. When Bill falls, I rise. So yesterday, I'm on my way to a wedding. Feeling pretty good, because I'm going to officiate the wedding, and I got it planned out. I know exactly what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it. Life is good, right? Woo, I'm in the car, windows down, music, no music, but, silence. It's about 3 o'clock, and I get a phone call, and it's Bill. And I'm like, hey, bud, how you doing? He's like, how are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way, to a wedding. I got it all planned out. There's going to be tears and laughter and dogs. It was hot, but it was so good. And he says, well, how are you? And I say, I'm fine. How are you? Not good. What are you doing tomorrow? And I was like, sleeping? Coffee? Book? The usual. But he says to me, I've hurt my back. Fender bender. I don't think I can move. So would you mind, and that's when he goes into this voice, would you mind, would you mind speaking for me in the morning? Would you mind, hold on, I went out of consciousness. Would you mind coming and delivering the sermon? And there was my idea of the Sunday morning on the couch with coffee and a book. But first, I was a little nervous at first. I don't have anything to talk about. But then I remembered I do this all the time. I got sermons in my pocket, I can just go back. I can listen to one of the sermons I did at another church. Yes, I cheat on you. And I can just regurgitate that information, and they'll be fine. They won't know the difference unless they've seen the video, and then they'll be like, you just did that before. But as soon as I thought that, I unthought that. Because I can't go back. I can't do that. I can't deliver something I delivered before. I can't do it. I can't do that, Bill! So I'm shaking it off. I'm like, okay, I'm a little nervous, but tell me, okay, what's the topic? What's the topic? Like, what are you supposed to talk about? What's the thing? And he says, I am supposed to talk about poverty. Do I not look poor to you? Would you like to see my bank statement? Or the many letters I get from my bank that says, you know, you're supposed to keep money in here, right? But he tells me poverty, and in that moment, it was as if I exited all life. And I saw the past, and I saw the present, and I saw the future. And I saw my life bound up in it, and there was nothing but perfection. I was like, yes, I can talk about that. I'm supposed to talk about that. I'm supposed to be that. Yes, if it's okay with Dusty, I will be there tomorrow. Then he says, do you want me to send you my notes? And I say, no. I don't want to crawl into your head. But then he says, okay, well, what are you going to do? And I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand there in front of them naked. Spiritually naked. I am going to become impoverished. I'm going to let go of everything. I'm going to let go of quirky ideas. I'm going to let go of stories. I'm going to let go of analogies. I'm going to let go of images. I'm going to let go of cleverness. I'm going to let go of 25 minutes, 32 minutes. I'm going to let go of the ideas I think I should have about being myself and about being something important. I'm going to let go of all of that. And I'm going to stand in front of them tomorrow, and I'm going to be impoverished with nothing. Absolutely nothing. So this could last 5 minutes. This could last 45 minutes. I have no idea. But if it's hard for you, if you're nervous for me, or if you're thinking we should have paid him after, okay. I want you to know it's even harder for me. It's hard for me to stand up here as nothing. It's hard for me to stand up here impoverished. It's hard for me to embrace not being anything, or at least not being an idea of something. It's hard for me to stand here and not know exactly what I want to tell you and how I want to tell you that. Because I don't want to be nobody, you know? I want to be somebody. And I think all of us feel that way every once in a while. Each and every one of us feels that we want to be somebody. Not just anybody. No, anybody can be anybody, but no one can be somebody. And I want to be someone important. I want to know that I have done what I needed to do today to make the world a better place. In fact, I want to lay in my bed tonight completely at peace. I want to lay in my nice warm bed with my cat and my wife, knowing that everything I've done today is good. I have given all that I can. There's nothing more that I can give. I want meaning. I want fulfillment. I want to be something. And I think that's one of the fundamental drives of being a human being. Wanting to live a life of meaning. And we do it all the way from our youth, thinking, what am I going to be? What am I going to be? What am I going to be? When am I going to be someone? At what age will I finally be somebody? Somebody important. Someone who has finally found meaning. Someone who sleeps well every night knowing that they've done exactly what they need to do. I think it's in us. I think it's in us all the time. And every action, every thought, every word is an echo of that need to be something. But it's not just selfish. The way I'm talking about it might sound a little selfish. Like, oh, you just want to work on you. You just want to do you. You just want to be fulfilled. You just want to find meaning. You want to go to bed in your comfy bed tonight beside your beautiful wife. Nice. And you want to be at peace. Sounds very self-serving. The Buddha and all his compassion. He sat under a tree. He woke up. What good did that do everyone? But I think this drive to be someone is only equaled by the drive to be someone for someone. You dig it? I think this drive to be somebody, to find meaning, is only equal to the drive to find meaning in life. We hunger because we look around us and we see hunger. You watch the news? Oh, do you watch the news? No? Okay, if you don't watch the news, do you walk outside? No, I don't go outside. Okay, if you don't go outside, the rest of you, do you go outside? What do you see? Desire, need, hunger. Physical hunger, actual physical hunger. People who don't have enough to eat. People who don't have a home. People on the street. Families who have too much. Families who don't have enough. War. Famine. This is what we see when we look around. Hunger, desire. Even someone who's sitting there in his Maserati, nice clothes, like this shirt that my mom bought me. Full of stuff. Great job, beautiful girlfriends, a boyfriend or two. But still hungry. That's what I see the most of, I think. Hunger. Poverty. And I think my desire to be something, I think my desire to be someone is only equal to my desire to feed someone. I don't want to just be all that I can be. I want to be all that I can be so I can give you something. I want my talents to match the world's need. I want to go to bed at night knowing that I've done the best I could today, and it actually did something. You know, it did something. It made a change. It helped someone. It gave to someone. I want to feed the hungry and be fulfilled myself. Is that too much to ask? Sometimes. But I think you will find that these two desires floating around are actually just one thing. The desire to become what life is pushing through us to become. The desire to be me. Not the me's here, not the me's here or there in the Facebook world, but the me, the authentic me, the me that was created in order to be a part of the world. The me that can be given away. The me that affects. The me that changes without even trying. That's what I think it all comes from. When you feel that, when you don't watch the news. But when you feel that, when you see hunger and poverty and war, and you feel a crippling sense of, what do I do? That's where that comes from. It comes from that place of knowing that I can be something for that. I can be something for that. I can be something for them. But what? I don't know anything about cars. There's this one time I was driving down the road with my wife, and I saw this lady on the side of the road with a flat tire. For some strange reason, I thought, I'll help. I don't know how to change a tire. But I tried. And I remember getting in there and cranking it up, and the car starts to tilt. And then her brother shows up. And she didn't speak English, by the way. And I tried to speak to her. ¿Necesitas ayuda? I mean, do you need help? That's all I know. ¿Necesitas ayuda? Sí. Well, that's all I got. So luckily her cousin or her brother showed up in time, and he said, vámonos. It's like, dude, it's like, get out of here. But you know, that's what the need is. I want to help. But what do I have to give if I can't change a tire? I'm sorry, Dad. What do I have to give if I can't change a tire? So that's where that need comes from. That's where that desire comes from. It comes from the place where we say what I am is going to help the world. All I have to do is be me, and that'll help the world. And guess what? Guess what? Bill was right. It all revolves. Are you sure? That's right? Check my notes. It all revolves around poverty. It all revolves around poverty. We must resolve to be impoverished. There was this guy. His name was Jesus. He lived a while back. And he has this amazing line in the Sermon on the Mount. Now, the Sermon on the Mount's not an actual sermon, by the way. Sorry. It's actually what's called Jesus' greatest hits. Someone collected it, seriously. Like, I got Michael's greatest hits. And it's all his most famous sayings, exactly. It's all his most famous sayings put together in a compilation album. But one of his most famous sayings, and of course one of the ways he lived his life, he said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." I know, I'm loud. I'll whisper the rest of the time. For effect, good idea. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to be blessed by the kingdom of heaven by becoming poor? Because there's this other story of this rich guy. So this rich guy comes up to Jesus because Jesus is very popular. He's teaching all these things. He's healing people. He's his popularity is expanding. And the rich guy comes up to Jesus, and the rich guy says, "How can I inherit the kingdom of heaven? How can I inherit the kingdom of heaven?" And Jesus says to him, "Well, sell everything you have and follow me." And you know what he did? He walked away because he was rich. And Jesus was like, "Just sell everything you have and follow me and you will inherit the kingdom of heaven." He's like, "No." He said, actually what he said was, "Or give everything away. Or." But is that what Jesus was talking about? That's the question. Especially the question on the rich folks' minds. Do I give everything away? Being poor in spirit, inheriting the kingdom of heaven, following Jesus. Is that what I actually do? Is that what he meant? Or was he talking metaphorically? Did Jesus actually want this rich man to give everything he had away? The answer may surprise you. Yes. But he wasn't asking that rich man to sell his home. He wasn't asking that rich man to burn his clothes. He wasn't asking that rich man to give his food all away and become emaciated and starve to death. He was asking this rich man to realize the truth. The truth that you, rich man, don't actually own anything. The truth that is so hard for us to accept. That reading earlier about turning life upside down. That's what it's about. Coming to the spiritual realization that you actually don't own anything. Your house. You think your deed makes you own the house? You possess the house? It's your house? You can't come mess my house. I bought this mat. I painted this door. I put the roof on. You think I own these clothes? You think these are my clothes? What makes me possess these clothes? It's my shirt. It's my shirt. My mama bought it for me. You can't have it. You think you own? Do you possess your food? Possess the food. It sounds very demonic, doesn't it? Possess the food. This is my food. Sometimes my daughters, bless their heart, ask for a bite of my food, and I say no. It's so bad. It's so bad as a father. I'm eating my mac and cheese or whatever. Mac and cheese is delicious. Organic mac and cheese made from, mac and cheese. Kraft mac and cheese. Hey, Dad, can I have a bite? No. It's my food. I possess it. Let's get deeper. My talent. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, I had talent. Do I possess my talent? Is it mine? My ability to articulate. Is this my talent? Do I own this? Is it mine? It's mine. My talent. My thoughts. Are they my thoughts? You are taking a couple steps ahead. You're there. We're not there yet. Are these my thoughts? Are these my feelings? Are these my emotions? Are they my children? Is this my America? Is this my earth? Is this my planet? Do we own, possess this earth. It's very binding, isn't it? This illusion, this delusion of possession. In fact, this other guy came along named the Buddha who said, possession will drive you crazy. Attachment will lead to suffering. So maybe when Jesus said, sell everything you have and follow me, I'm speaking from the one who sent me, not from my ego. He was saying, stop pretending that you own anything and follow the will of God. Stop pretending that that house and that fortune is yours. Unburden yourself. Free yourself and follow me. Maybe that's what Jesus is talking about by spiritual poverty. Standing up in front of you with absolutely nothing to offer because I don't own any of this. What do you think would happen if you let go? What do you think would happen if you stopped referring to your home as my home and started thinking of it as the home that I am graciously enough afforded to live within? What if you stopped thinking of your shirts as my shirts and started thinking of them as the shirts that I wear? Not my thoughts, the thoughts that I entertain. Not my emotions, the emotions that become me. Not my body, the temple of the Holy Spirit. What if you started thinking about life that way? What would happen? What would shift? You want to speak into the mic? Did Bill call you yesterday? No, Bill called me. He wanted me to talk. What would happen? Well, I'm going to tell you what would happen. I'm going to tell you what would change. Everything. Yes, she's right. Everything would change. What if I stopped thinking of my house as my house? Well, then I might actually be able to use my house for what it's meant for. A home where I can rest, where I can invite friends in. A home that provides me comfort and shelter. A home that is simply a gift. What if I stopped thinking of my clothes as my clothes and the clothes as the gifts I wear to protect me from the elements and to look kind of good? What if I stopped thinking of my thoughts as my thoughts and just as apparitions that I entertain that can be used to serve? What if my words were not my words, but the instrument of giving? What if my body was not my body, but the instrument of service? What if I didn't own anything? Well, then I might be a little more likely to give it away. If this isn't mine, whose is it? It's everyone's. It belongs to nothing and to everyone. You see, our things, our items, our possessions are burdens on our soul. Because everything that you possess, you've heard this before, I'm sure. You want to say it? Everything that you possess possesses you. You don't own your home. Your home owns you. I've heard that so many times. But he's right. Everything that you possess possesses you. It creates a burden because you're so worried about keeping your stuff and your thoughts and your talents to yourself that you're not giving it to anyone. You're not serving anyone. You're not feeding anyone. But when you shift your thinking, when you shift this idea of what you possess to what you merely use, you begin to use it to benefit everyone. So the first thing that happens is you become unburdened. You realize that none of this is mine. I don't have to control it. I don't have to make it something. These words, these ideas that I'm sharing with you, they're not mine. They're ours. And I'm here to share them with you. I put them in this space because they're not doing any good in here. So I put them out there. So the first thing that happens when you start to think about life this way is you become unburdened by it. The second thing that happens is your talents become the river that flow into the cracks of creation. Oh, how good is that? Your talents become the river that flow into the cracks of creation because there are needs everywhere. There is hunger everywhere. There is poverty everywhere. There is poor folk everywhere. Not just across the world, in your backyard. As you drive down the street, as you walk into work, your boss, your coworker, your friend, your family, your child, your aunt, your uncle, that stranger. Those are the impoverished. Those are the poor. Those who have the need to be fed. And when you stop holding on to what you have and start using it for what it's used for, giving, service, it begins to flow into the places that need it. You just walk in the room and you just have a state of giving and giveness and service. This is not mine. This is yours. What can I do to help? You don't have to manipulate getting on the side of the road and trying to change a tire. Use what you have. Give what you have. The opportunities are everywhere. The opportunities are everywhere. And the only thing you have to give is yourself. But you can't give it if you're possessing it. Jesus said, I can't say it without saying it like that. The Buddha said doesn't work that way. Buddha said, no, just Jesus. Jesus said, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Oh, the poor in spirit, letting go, giving it all away, not possessing it, offering it to the world, ushers in the kingdom of heaven. Poverty ushers in the kingdom of heaven. I want to share a story with you. I lost it. There it is! This was one of the very first images of heaven that I ever received. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old. I don't know who told it to me, who told me the story, but it's lodged into my mind and being as an image of heaven and hell. Here's the thing. Here's what happened. This man or this woman, either way you want to see it, is taken by an angel to view hell. They go through the gates. And what does this person see? Streets of gold, beautiful flowers, lovely sunset, great big mansion. You want to go in the mansion? Well, sure, because that's probably where the tortures take place, right? So he goes into the mansion. The angel takes this person into the mansion. They go into the banquet hall. Great big table of food, endless varieties to feed every part of your appetite. And around this table, innumerable people, individuals of all shapes, colors, creeds, and sizes, all around this beautiful banquet table. This is not the hell that I was thinking of. Every single individual chained to their chair, not able to reach the abundance, not able to eat, forced to look onto the gifts of creation and just hunger and just thirst. So the person's like, I can't take any more of this. Take me to heaven. So the angel takes him to heaven. Or her, I can't remember which. And they go through the gates of heaven. And what do they see? Streets of gold, beautiful flowers, sunset, trumpets, and a big mansion. Oh, it's really familiar. Go into the mansion, there's a banquet hall. And in this banquet hall, there's a big table filled with food. Endless varieties of food to feed every desire, to feed every need. And around this table, people of every shape, color, and size, chained to their chairs and feeding each other. They can't reach their own mouths, but they can reach the mouths of the people next to them. Everyone is fulfilled. That is heaven. I'm so sorry. My goodness gracious. I see you on a couch talking to a therapist. When I was young, I had these nightmares when I was little of this guy going, ah, ah. But that, remember this is important, baby. That is the kingdom of heaven. Abundance and every individual only able to feed each other. What do you think your talents are for? What do you think your body's for? What do you think your home is for? What do you think your food is for? What do you think all this stuff is for? It's not yours. It never was yours. It's theirs. The kingdom of heaven is ushered in when you start giving what you have away. The kingdom of heaven becomes when you become just what you are and give that to the person next to you. That's it. That is the kingdom. And it just takes 2 steps. That's all it does. It takes 2 steps. That's it. Step number 1, change your thinking. Stop saying my house. Say the house I reside in. Stop saying my thoughts. Say the thoughts I entertain. Stop saying my clothing. Say the clothing I can wear. Stop saying my talents. Say the talents I have to give away. Change your thinking. Stop looking at your life as possessions and look at your life as gifts. Look at life itself as a gift. It's one of my favorite mantras. I walk out in the yard. I am thankful for a life that surrounds me and moves through me as me and becomes me. I don't own any of this. It's all a gift. It's all a gift. And what do you do with gifts? You give them. Step 1, change your thinking. None of this you possess. Give it away. Step 2, open your eyes. Step 2, pay attention. Find the need in your front yard, not the need on the news, not the need on the Facebook. Find the need in your front yard. Go out into the world and offer yourself. And yes, then that may become a viral thing. I don't want to. You can give on the Facebook. That's fine. But give what you have away by finding the need and knowing that I can fulfill that need by my very self. The river of life flowing through you will meet every crack, will meet every need, will flow into every crevice. You will become what the world needs. No, forget that. Erase that. You are what the world needs. Period. You are what the world needs. Period. So start giving it away. Start offering it to everyone you see. Start feeding the poor. And you will never go to bed hungry again, I promise. Pray with me. Come on. I am thankful for the life that surrounds me, the life that moves through me as me. I'm thankful for the voice that becomes my voice, the hands that become my hands, the feet that become my feet, the talent that becomes my talent. I accept everything that I'm giving. I am an open door, accepting the abundance of life only so that I may offer it in return. And I know that when I do that, when I keep the flow going, I know that when I accept all that life is and I offer it, I will meet the world's need. I will never be hungry again, and neither will they. And this is the kingdom, so I invite it in today, knowing that it is here and now, in this moment. And that is all that I can do. And so it is. Amen. Well, that's it.